Hello, folks. This story was sent to me by a subscriber and is intended for educational purposes only. Thank you for watching. 120 milligrams DMT. The elevator to the multiverse. I never thought a simple elevator ride could turn into the wildest trip of my life until I vaporized 120 milligrams of DMT in a tiny glass pipe right before stepping into the elevator of my apartment building. I had heard about the intensity of DMT, but nothing prepared me for the cosmic chaos that was about to unfold in what felt like mere seconds, yet stretched into eternity. The elevator door shut behind me, and I hit the button for the 12th floor. The pipe was still warm in my hand, the faint scent of the vapor lingering in the air. Suddenly, the lights flickered and went out, plunging me into darkness. The usual hum of the elevator transformed into a deep, resonant pulse that vibrated through my bones. Then, the walls dissolved. I was no longer in a metal box, but in a shimmering tunnel of neon fractals, twisting and folding around me like a living snake. As the elevator ascended, or rather as I was propelled through this kaleidoscopic wormhole, I felt myself being pulled apart and reassembled simultaneously. My body felt weightless, stretched thin like taffy. Colors I had no names for exploded around me, making patterns that whispered secrets in a language I almost understood. Then, out of the swirling chaos, emerged the elevator operator. Neither male nor female, shaped like a translucent jellyfish with eyes that sparkled like galaxies. "Welcome to the Multiverse Express," it said in a voice that was both a melody and a command. "Where would you like to go?" I was stunned, but managed to blurt out, "Anywhere but here." The operator smiled, or whatever passed for a smile in its form, and the elevator morphed again. Now the floor was a vast checkerboard, stretching infinitely. The ceiling a sky filled with impossible constellations that moved and rearranged themselves like living puzzles. Suddenly, the elevator doors slid open onto a bustling interdimensional market. Creatures of all shapes and sizes bartered with artifacts that defied physics, time-warping watches, bottled emotions, even jars of laughter. I wandered through stalls, selling memories, One vendor, a floating cube covered in shimmering runes, offered me a glimpse into my future. Peering inside, I saw multiple versions of myself, some happy, some broken, others wildly successful. One version was a stand-up comedian on an alien planet, cracking jokes to an audience of sentient plants. The cube flickered and said, "Your potential is a multiverse. Choose wisely." Feeling overwhelmed, I stepped back into the elevator, but it refused to close its doors. Instead, it took me on a wild ride through dimensions. One moment, I was in a forest where trees sang in harmonic chords. The next, I floated through a city made of liquid glass, where buildings grew and shrank with the mood of their inhabitant. Time lost meaning. I met beings who communicated through colors and light, their conversations painting the air with emotion. I tasted sounds and heard smells, the senses blending into a symphony of experience that transcended anything I'd known. Then came the trial, the operator announced. I had to solve a riddle to continue my journey. What is the shape of infinity when seen through a dreamer's eye? I had no answer, but the elevator seemed to know. It twisted and turned, folding in on itself like a Möbius strip, showing me the endless loop of beginnings and ends. Suddenly, I understood. This was infinity, not as a number, but as a living, breathing entity. With newfound clarity, the elevator shot upward, lights blazing, music of the spheres playing softly in the background. When the doors finally opened again, I was back in my building's lobby, the mundane world buzzing obliviously around me. I stepped out, clutching the little pipe forever changed. The trip was over, but the elevator to the multiverse was always there, just a breath away.